Hey everyone, before we get started on today's video, if you didn't use a referral code when you signed up to drive for Uber, it is not too late to get a bonus of up to $1,000. You can use my code right now and you could get that bonus. It depends on when you signed up. It could be $500, could be $800, it literally could be $1,200. But you could literally just get that money right in your account just because you did give the rides then, but you didn't use a referral code. So real quick, here's how you do it. First, open your Uber driver app. Next, click the photo or the 3 lines in the corner. Click earnings. Then click help or question mark. Click account and payment. Then referrals. Now this is the most important step. Make sure you don't mess this one up. Click invited driver, report my missing or incorrect referral. Then click send a message. Type in my invite code. It's G4QA5UE. Guess who your friend's name is? Mr. Gregory Wave. That's right, your homie for life. Phone number 815-847-0184. And the email is gregwave@yahoo.com. In the details, just say my good pal Greg referred me to drive for Uber or something like that, and they'll take care of you. So check it out, guys.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Rideshare Hub. My name is Greg. Given everything that's going on, I'm obviously inside. I'm personally not looking to risk anything with everything that's going on, but we've had a ton of people texting us, emailing us, asking us if they should be driving right now. So that I wanted to be the main thing we go over in this video, just kind of what that really looks like and some other things that I've heard that might be happening with everything going on. So right from the get-go, I'm going to say that, like, me personally, I'm not looking to drive at all right now. The way I look at it is like your greatest chance of getting sick is Ubering. Picking people up from the airport. I mean, most of the people that are going to be taking rides right now are going to be young people who, you know, just have that invincible attitude of like, I'm never, you know, nothing's ever going to hurt me. And they're right, because in this case, it won't really. But people my age are more likely to be carriers for it and not even realize we have it. And so, like, a lot of the issue I look at too is if, like, yeah, I might feel great, but if I go out and drive right now, am I just putting someone else at a way higher risk, you know? And for me personally, like, let's say even that factor isn't there. The way I look at it more than anything is like, people are going nuts over this. Like, you guys have seen the toilet paper outages and all that stuff. Like, people are really going crazy over this. So for me, it's more of like, I don't want to because of like mass hysteria. I don't want to because of like how people are treating this. So what I would suggest is you guys might take a financial hit during this time, but here's the reality. Like, most people are going to. You know, there's a lot of jobs that might do some sick leave stuff, but from what I've heard from most people, no one's really, like, we're all getting through this on our own, you know? And so what I would do is I would use this time more than anything to, like, really hardcore research some new hobbies, some new things you could do to make some money. Because when all this blows over, I mean, things are going to be totally different, and I think it's going to be a really great time if you've been studying and watching YouTube videos and learning about different trades, different, you know, you guys know that in a lot of my past videos I've harped on that, like, don't be super reliant on Uber, you know, have a side gig, have a business you're trying to start, have a reason that you're doing Uber besides just to get by. So what I would encourage you guys to do more than anything is start looking into that stuff, you know. Start really looking into some things you can do so that when this comes out, when this is all over and blown over, you can, you know, keep doing Uber and Lyft again. But mainly, you've got an idea now for your future of what you want to do. That was how it always was for me. I always looked at Uber and Lyft as a tool to get me to where I wanted to be. And that's how you guys should use it too. Use it as a tool, a catalyst to get to your dreams. So now we've got a long time to just chill out. So, enjoy your time with your families and stuff, obviously, more than anything. But what I would encourage you to do is, man, like really get alone, do some meditation, prayer, whatever you believe in, and just start like trying to vibe out what it is that would really make you happy, because that's what the goal should be more than anything. You should use Uber and Lyft to find something that will really make you happy, to where you enjoy waking up each day and doing what you do. And I think that's the best way to utilize this time, because this is a crazy time we're living in, but at the same time, like, this is something a lot of us don't ever get. A lot of us never get 2 weeks to just chill out and think about what we want, and just watch Netflix all day, enjoy time with our family, our spouses, our boyfriends, girlfriends all day. That's something that we're kind of robbed of in today's day and age, because we're so hustle and bustle. I did some last minute shopping and stuff yesterday, and so I took a Lyft home, because it was cheaper than Uber at the time. And I was talking to the Lyft driver, and I was asking him what his hours are normally like. And I told him I used to drive too, and he said that he does 8 to 12 hours a day. And I said, so what are you thinking? Are you going to be okay with this? And he was like, I think so. He's like, I tried to get a little cushion saved up. But, he mainly was just expressing his worry with his, family and everyone else and what's going on. So I encouraged him the same thing I told you guys, is like, hey, don't be reliant on this. If you're doing this 8 to 12 hours, a day, what happens if we get out of this saga and there's no Uber and Lyft? Now, that's an extreme take. But one thing I've heard, and I've only heard this, I haven't been able to really verify the validity of it, but I've read in a few spots that there's some cities that are going to be unveiling self-driving cars during this, if things get really crazy. And what it would be is, it would be like, for the bare minimum, like if you really had to go out, you would essentially get on your ride-sharing app, your Uber Lyft app, and there would be like a self-driving Tesla option or something like that, and it would come pick you up and take you to do whatever you needed to do. And like I said, that's really, like, I'm really unsure of the validity of that, so take it with a grain of salt. But I just feel like this is the beginning of a lot of new stuff being unveiled, and I think now more than ever is the time to really gear up and not be dependent on Uber and Lyft for your finances. Like I've always said, part-time is one thing, but doing this full-time is going to hurt you, and I think this is starting to become a time where it could hurt you. So let's bunker down. Let's really use this time wisely. Now, if you are going to drive, which again, I don't personally recommend you do, but there's been a lot of hype from people thinking it's going to be surging like crazy because there's way less drivers. But here's the thing you got to think about: way less demand. I've been checking both like the rider and the driving app like a few times a day. I've seen way less cars out on the rider app. Usually there's like 10 to 15 in my given area. There's been about 5 at most times I check, 3 to 5. So there are less drivers, true. But I've also been opening up my driver app, and I haven't seen a single surge or anything. So I'm not anticipating good driving. I honestly think if you do drive during these times, it's going to be crap. I think you're going to wait upwards of 20, 30 minutes for rides. I would not see any, I wouldn't even bother going out past 8 p.m. Because most places are closing down at 8 p.m. if they are even open, So the main things, all the commuters, that's pretty much going to be at a halt, besides a few select, hospitals, people like that are still getting rides. So if you wanted to, you could, but I would be insanely cautious. And if you're someone around my age, in your 20s, the one thing I'll advise you is don't have that invincible mindset. Put other people first. This is a time more than ever where we need to put others first. And if you turn on any news station, the biggest thing they're saying is it's up to the millennials. The millennials have got to be the ones not going out and spreading this crap, because they usually won't even know they have it. So if you are going to, a millennial, and you're going to go out and drive, be very considerate of others. Keep a spray can of Lysol, and Lysol, and I would spray your car down after every single ride. I would have like tubs of hand sanitizer and other cleaning things. And I would just, you know, especially if you hear someone cough or sneeze, as soon as you drop them off, just get back there and scrub away. And the other thing too is, and as you give rides, people are going to be thankful for that. I would keep the tall Lysol can in the cup holder so that people see it and be like, oh, are you, you know, because then they're going to ask about it, and then you're going to tell them, yeah, I've been cleaning after every ride, and they're going to be thankful for that. So, like I said, I really wouldn't recommend driving right now. But if you are going to, you know, be cleaning like crazy after every single ride. Every single ride, I'm telling you. I would think that maybe you could see some good tips during times like this, because I think people are going to be thankful. And I've also noticed, like, the one really cool thing about everything going on is that people are, like, our sense of humanity is growing. I've talked to a lot of people that have been telling me that, like, people are paying for their drinks at Starbucks or getting their groceries for them. You know, like, everybody's wanting to help everyone. Well, most people are. I went and got groceries yesterday, and the cashier was telling me that some guy came in and had a cussing fit with the manager because he wanted 46 gallons of milk. And the manager was like, no way. I'm like, I got to save that milk for all the families that are coming in. And I guess he was in there for like 20 minutes cussing at everyone, yelling at the manager. And I was like, what are you, feeding a family of like 50? Why do you need 46 gallons of milk? Like, all that dairy kind of grosses me out. But so some people are going nuts, no doubt. But there's been I've heard so many great stories about people that are just using this time to like bless people, you know? So, and I gave my driver yesterday like a really nice cash tip, and I was just like, dude, like, I think it's going to be slow out there. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I want to help you out here. And I told him, I was like, go home, man. Like, we're going to all make it through this, you know? Like, yeah, it's going to be tough. And especially for freelancers like us, you know, I'm also in the film industry, and, you know, all major filming has been shut down. And there's a few like independent projects going on, which they're lunatics because film sets have like 20 people on it. There's a great way to give everyone a virus, but yeah, so it's just some people are just being dumb about this. But that's what I'm thinking, guys. So another thing I would say is this is a great time to try out the referral bonus if you haven't yet. You know, we've got a lot of time on our hands. Just try it out and see if you make some money. So all that will be in the description. I don't want to harp on that because that's really not what's important right now. All of us staying healthy and safe is ultimately what's important and what we should be focusing on. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to do a few more on this topic, and just as the weeks go on and we see how these things progress, I might do some more videos. So be sure to like and subscribe, and feel free to comment, you know, anything you guys are wondering about. But more than anything, guys, please stay safe. Consider others first. Put your health first as well. Money is not worth it, you know. It really isn't in a scenario like this. So I know it's stressful, but this too shall pass, my friends. Awesome. Have a good day, guys.